Reading and setting up my journal. That is the plan. I'm gonna pick up one of these. Oh my gosh. As you can tell, there is a mixed metal theme going on. There's a little bit of spice in here, and I was not super into it. All the men are actually dead. That's not funny. I'm so sorry. That's not funny. Hello, my sunny bays. Welcome back. I'm so glad you could make it. I am getting this bookish edit vlog started because I cannot wait for the FedEx driver to come by with my package. There is a very fun unboxing in this video, so you better stick around for that. It's going to be from Paper Republic. If you're a bookish girly, you probably dabble in journaling as well, maybe, perhaps. Yes. If you're new to my channel, I'm Amy, and I am officially addicted to journaling. That is not a bad addiction to have, so I am proud to say that. My Paper Republic pocket journal is scheduled to come in today, so I am so excited. I purchased a bunch of other journaling goodies from Amazon and other places, so I'm also going to show you that as well in this video, as well as the setup process, because I have never actually had a leather-bound notebook that has like the strings and everything where you bind it together inside the leather cover. I thought it would be really fun to do that together as well in this bookish edit. But of course, we're gonna talk about all the bookish things in this video as well. This is honestly the perfect time to film this video because I am very behind on reading our Fable Book Club's book of the month. If you don't know this already, I have a free book club on Fable. It's called Sunset Reading because we always read after the sun goes down. Our book is called The Unmaking of June Farrow. If you are a reader and you're on Book Talk, BookTube, all that stuff, you would have heard about this book. I am literally only on chapter 3, which is about, I want to say 8 or 9% of the book. So I am at the very beginning. Today is October 24th. So we got about 7 days to finish that book, and I don't think that's going to be too difficult. That said, I do have a really busy end of the month because it is bridal season. If you're new here, sorry, there's a lot of info dumping right now, but I am a professional bridal makeup artist, can I speak, on the side as like my part-time job on the weekends. So the weddings are popping in October, okay? I am working every Saturday until Thanksgiving. That's how busy I am on the weekends now. However, I think I can get through this book. I mean, I have to. I'm going to kick my butt if I don't because I make sure I prioritize reading my book that we've chosen in the Fable Book Club. Anywho, thank you for listening to that long intro. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to my channel. We do a lot of yapping, but I also show a lot of aesthetic B-rolls as well, so just stick around, okay? Trust me. Today is Friday, thank goodness, and my friend is coming over after work. Honestly, after that, I'm probably going to spend the entire evening reading and setting up my journal. That is the plan. The time has finally arrived. My Paper Republic package just got delivered and I am so excited to dig into all of the goodies with you. FYI, this is not my typical filming setup. I'm actually filming with my iPhone. Hopefully the footage is okay, everything is in focus, and I hope the audio is also fine. I'm not using a microphone or anything, it's literally just my phone because the angle that I was trying to achieve, it was not working out with my Osmo Pocket 3. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into everything that I got from Paper Republic. I took it out of the original packaging because it wasn't very aesthetic or anything, it was just kind of packaged in an ordinary mailer, but everything arrived safely, so I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and talk about the actual journal first. So I'm gonna just put these aside, and they actually put a note in there that says, have a great day. Let's talk about what we're most excited for, which is this main package. Oh, I don't know why that was on the bottom. This is the customized leather cover, and it also includes a plain paper notebook refill in here as well. But I'm going to open it with you all. Oh my God, so exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what the color looks like. And I got this in the dark olive color with the gold emboss. This red ribbon is actually not customizable. It already comes with the notebook. And like I said, inside there is a blank plain paper insert in here as just kind of like a starter. This is what the inside looks like. You can kind of tell that there are natural markings of the leather, which I need to be okay with because this is going to get beat up. I really need to learn to love my things and just be able to live with scratches and indentations and stuff like that, which is going to happen with these types of leather covers. And that's the beauty of it, right? It's like the more that you love it and use it, the more wear and tear it's going to accumulate, and that's a beautiful thing. So I got my last name embossed, as I said, in gold, and then yeah, this is what she looks like. And this is like a certification that this is made from Paper Republic, so that's kind of a neat little touch. This is what the back looks like. It does have the Paper Republic logo embossed here as well. I'm just in love with this color so much. I'm so glad that I got the dark olive. This is just one of my favorite colors to wear in my wardrobe and also in my accessories, so this just kind of aligns really well with my taste. These are the items that I added onto my order on top of my leather cover. This is the neutral ribbon kit. I am so excited for these because as you saw on the leather cover, it comes with the red ribbon, which is a little too loud for me and it has too much of a contrast with the green. I love these muted neutral colors. I'm a neutrals gal through and through, so I had to match kind of that aesthetic for my journal as well. It comes with like a champagne, a beige, a gray, rose gold, and I can't really tell what that one is, like a little pinky copper color. So yeah, these are perfect. I'm going to switch out my strings as soon as I'm done filming this video. Next, I have a couple of items for refills, and this first one is a drawing book. It is 150 GSM. I'm pretty sure that's the terminology. It just describes the thickness of the pages. And this drawing book is supposed to be really good for any type of medium. So you can use actually like watercolors on here too, because the paper is so thick and good quality. It's not supposed to bleed through or anything. So I'm really excited to use this. I personally am probably not going to use anything aside from like alcohol markers and gel pens and stuff like that, but it's just good to have an option to use other materials as well if I want to. I love how the edges are gold. It's like a kind of matte gold, if that makes any sense. It is thread binded so that the book can open flat regardless of what page you're on. It's amazing. Next is the dotted notebook paper. I just bought this because I feel like I'm gonna use the dotted version the most, so I decided to get this to add to my notebook. This one, same concept, but this is ruled. Last but not least, from Paper Republic, I bought this card and cash holder. This was a no-brainer for me because I have a feeling that I'm gonna be accumulating some paper ephemeras and stuff like that, so I'm gonna keep them in here. Because the leather cover that I specifically chose, it is like plain, it doesn't have any pockets or storage methods of any sort, it's just kind of like a piece of leather. This is an essential for me, so I had to grab this. Last but not least, this one is kind of random, and I'm gonna bring this guy back because this actually came together. And as you can tell, this one looks very similar to the Paper Republic one that I just showed you, the card slot. The one I bought from Amazon for $7, it shows that it's a lot cheaper. This material is just like really flimsy and it's not great, but I'm probably going to just not use this and use this to add on to my notebook as well for extra storage purposes with these clear inserts. And then this one has a zipper as well, which is really nice so that things don't fall out. Anyway, that is my Paper Republic haul. I seriously cannot wait to start putting things in here and get a lot of use out of this. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to have this in my bag, ready to go, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited. Wow, the sun is really pelting down my face. I hope I don't look stripy or crazy right now. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday. I cannot believe I finally made it to Sunday because yesterday was absolutely crazy. I worked a wedding super early in the morning inside in the city in DC. After that, my friend came over to my place to have lunch together and catch up. Then I had a third plan with Jenna and Thomas. We planned a double date together, so we ended up going to this amazing ramen place. Thankfully, that was near our home, so it worked out really well for me, but man, when I got back home, I was exhausted and I started my period yesterday. All that to say, I am glad that Sunday is here, although I do have a lot of plans today too. I definitely overcommitted this weekend. I didn't even end up reading yesterday, which I am so disappointed by, but it's okay. I am committed to reading today. So I have my Kindle out. My friend Chelsea is actually coming over in about 30 minutes so that we can go to a cafe together, catch up, and then we're gonna do a workout class together. That way I can get in my 30 minutes of movement today as part of my 75 Refine challenge. But also, I haven't seen her in a while, so killing two birds with one stone. Anyway, before we get to reading though, I promise this bookish edit will contain books and reading. Okay, I'm so sorry. But currently, my obsession is my what did I just say? I woke up very early today, so excuse my brain. It's very scattered. My Paper Republic journal, I actually put it in this little Cezanne belt pouch because it fit so perfectly and it kind of protects the cover. I know I should be more careless with it because that's the beauty of having a leather journal cover, but I just can't help it. My perfectionism and wanting to keep this as pristine as possible. Anyway, so inside this pouch, I do have the pocket journal in here and my little pen. I am currently using with this journal the Uniball 1. Is that what it's called? It's the 0.38 millimeters one, and it's in the color coffee. I really, really like this pen, but I also bought this in a cream color version, which has a 0.5 millimeter tip. I anticipate liking that one better just because I do prefer a thicker gel nib to write. That's just kind of how I roll, but yeah, I am still really liking the 0.38 one. Okay. So I did set up my pocket journal. I did have to show you. I put like charms on it and everything. She looks gorge. This is the back. I actually switched out the ribbon so that it has more of a taupey silvery one. I thought it made the journal a little bit more feminine because with the red ribbon that it came with, it looked so like masculine and it was just too much contrast against the green. I wanted it to be a little bit more muted and soft. Let me show you the charms first because that is like the most sentimental part of this journal for me right now. I'm sure it'll become even more special the more I write in it. Let me show you the charms. The one on the front ribbon right here is a really small, round little heart. As you can tell, there is a mixed metal theme going on because I didn't plan it to be like this, but when I ordered this, I got my emboss of my last name in gold foil, which I usually will do. I'll usually pick gold. But then I realized the charms that I wanted to use on this was silver. So I was like, am I making a mistake? But I actually really like the fact that it's mixed metals now. It feels intentional and very stylish and kind of like on trend. And I can always switch out the charms later. This is the little heart, and that one actually is from my elementary school teacher. She gifted it to me for like Christmas or something when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade. I kept it all this time because she was my absolute favorite teacher. She taught ESOL, and if you don't know ESOL, it's English as a second language classes. And I was born in Korea. I was living there until I was 8 years old until my family and I migrated over here. So I had ESOL classes, and she was my favorite, like all-time favorite, hands down, perfection of a teacher. I just really loved her. And she obviously really liked me too as her student. So she took me to the park together, even when she wasn't working at school, with my parents' permission, of course. Like my mom was there with her. But yeah, she was just so special. And this is the charm from a bracelet that she gifted me, and I'm just obsessed with it. Next is another charm on the spine of the book, which is another silver charm with a bedazzled, like, jeweled hand. And this was also from a bracelet, but this one, my mom gifted it to me for Valentine's Day one year. I was also very young. I think I was only like in 5th grade or something. I don't have the best relationship with my mom anymore, but I did have days where we really bonded well together. And yeah, those were the good times. And it just kind of reminds me of that. And yeah, she bought it for me for Valentine's Day. Isn't it so cute? Now let's go ahead and get into the journal, how I set it up. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with her. It makes me so happy. Okay, this is the cover page. I'm gonna just go like pretty quickly because I already did like a massive haul of everything that I got, but on the front, I did decorate it a little bit. I put this cat sticker on because I thought it was just so adorable. I got this actually from a package from this company called Artist Kit Company, AKC. And I buy all of my makeup artistry tools and equipment from there. I order from them so much. They always put in like free goodies and little knickknacks like this. I decided to use this on the cover of my journal. I did start like writing in it a little bit, as you can see. So that is the first notebook refill. And then I do have a drawing book. I did not write in it at all or draw anything yet, but that is the second refill inside this. And then the third one is this card and cash holder. And I clipped a paper clip here so that it stays closed. But inside, you can see that I have some stickers in here. Actually, Jenna gifted me these, so I am keeping that in there. And then I have this like little portable card ruler from Cloth and Paper. So I like to have that to, I don't know, draw straight edges and lines if I need to. That is the end of the journal. I have a feeling that I'm probably gonna want more pages than this little notebook refill, so I might swap that out once I'm done with this one with another book refill that's like this thicker one. That is my current tour of my little pocket journal. I wrote in it this morning and it just like brought me so much joy. So, okay, I cannot wait for this to get like really well loved and used to the point where like all the pages are filled, and then I can just like look back and reminisce on like what I did and yeah, look at my thoughts in the future of what I thought in the past. So anyway, okay, I'm rambling on now, but I'm gonna go ahead and read a little before Chelsea gets here so that we are in a better place to finish our book of the month. I really need to get on that. I'm getting a little worried, not gonna lie. Good morning, guys. Rumper, you want to come up here? No? Not today? Yeah, I thought so. Last night, I started reading more of the Making of June Farrow, and I feel like it's getting good. It's a slow start, not gonna lie. So I haven't been fully invested yet. I'm hoping I'm gonna read a lot today. Like, I'm talking 30-40% of the book because I really, really want to finish this as quickly as possible since we are nearing the end of October. I'm not going to spoil anything about the book, so don't worry. But just to give you a gist of the context, currently, June is investigating into her family history right now because she found out some news and it's just kind of giving her a fright, as it should, because the situation is bizarre. I am very, very curious about what is going to happen, but like I said, the start, getting into the meat of it was a little slow. I know this is a favorite for a lot of people, so I am curious how this is going to wrap up in the end, because right now I have absolutely no clues about how the twist is going to be, because I do feel like one is coming, or at least there will be at the end. So anyway, right now I am starting off the day with a little bit of coffee. I'm going to continue reading a little bit this morning, and then I do have a very small book mail haul for you. I think I only have 2 new books in my collection from my Owl Crate special edition boxes, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. I figured that we can do that later after my workday is over, but let's get some reading done. Every time I have my hair pulled back like this, I honestly feel like a naked mole rat. I just look absolutely hideous, but that's okay. We're all friends here, no judgment zone, you know? This bookish edit has been one of those vlogs that span a very long, lengthy period of time, and I'm not proud of it because I feel like I kept on telling myself I need to film this and edit, get it uploaded, but I have just been running around like a crazy person. I just haven't had the energy to wrap up this video, and honestly, sometimes some weeks are kind of like that. This week has honestly felt so freaking long. I'm sure you can relate. Some weeks are just more difficult to get through than others. Anywho, I am glad to sit down with you and have some quality time to talk about books because I love being able to discuss new books with you, discuss the books that I've read, pick new books to read for the next month. And honestly, this is going to be slightly different though because I don't think I'm actually going to use my TBR jar nor my TBR cards to pick the next month's reads because there are some very specific books that I do want to prioritize for reading in November. It is peak fall season and I do not want to miss this time, like opportunity to get through these books. I haven't done that in a while where I just let myself free pick any book that I want and mood read. Although most of the time, even if we do pick the books with my TBR cards or jar, it is basically mood reading because those are very open-ended prompts and I can kind of like manipulate them to pick the books that I want to read anyway. But regardless, I just thought, okay, these are the books that I absolutely want to get through in November because if I don't, I feel like I'm going to miss the chance to fully experience the books in the time frame that I want, you know? Backtracking a little bit, let's go ahead and do our monthly reading recap first. I have read 3 books this month, which is on the lower side, but I feel like that has been a trend for the past couple months. If you're new here, I read anywhere between like 3 to 5 books per month. Like I said, I have been hitting the lower end of that number for a couple months now, just because my life has been so busy. I feel like I traveled a lot. I went to Hawaii and then Chicago, and I had a ton of social activities, which is not uncommon for me when it comes to October. I feel like that is the month where everyone wants to hang out and get together, which I absolutely love, but I am spread very thin. And also, I am a part-time bridal makeup artist, so I work a lot of Saturdays. I haven't had a Saturday off since the beginning of October, and I won't until Thanksgiving. Needless to say, I am very stretched with time and bandwidth, so I was only able to get through 3 books, one of them being an audiobook, which is new for me. I'm gonna go ahead and open up my Fable app because that is the app of my choice when tracking my reading. I also have my Sunset Reading Club on there. It's free if you want to join. Basically, we pick a book per month as a group to read together and discuss in the discussion rooms. I'll leave the link in the description in case you want to join. There's some fun polls and everything, and you can comment, talk to me about books, all of that good stuff. To recap, I read 3 books in the month of October. One of them is our book club pick, but also from my monthly TBR. Unfortunately, the other 2 books, they did not get read this month, which is fine. As long as I prioritize and finish reading the book of the month book, I'm happy. Let's go in chronological order of what I read first to last. So at the beginning of October, I finished The X-Hex, which is by Erin Sterling. I gave this a 3.5 stars. I did really enjoy it. I thought it was like the most cozy, sweet, witchy, Halloween-y mystery book. I was actually pleasantly surprised that it didn't lack depth for it looking very playful on the cover, if that makes sense. It does look like something that is fluffy, a rom-com, but I really did enjoy the character development, but also just like the relationships and the different layers of the mystery as well. So I did really enjoy that. There's a little bit of spice in here, and I was not super into it, which is strange because I typically like spice. I feel like my genre of interest is kind of all over the place. I love dark romance, romance fantasy, any fiction books, mystery, thriller, suspense, like all of that stuff. Sign me up. I am there. But the spice in this one just felt a little awkward. I don't know. I just didn't love it. Super personal preference, but that's totally fine. Not every spice is going to feel natural to me. I gave it a 3.5 because I would definitely recommend it for people who are looking for a very good, cozy, lighthearted enough fall themed book to start off the cozy season. I would even read it in November, even if it's after Halloween, just because it is a very like fall aesthetic book. Not too much more to say about this one. I thought the story was cute and very charming. The next book is called Semi-Well-Adjusted Despite Literally Everything by Allison Stoner, and this I read it through an audiobook on Spotify. If you don't know, if you are the primary account holder on Spotify, you can get 15 hours of free audiobooks every single month. Charlie, my husband, was actually the primary account holder. I made him switch with me so that I can listen to audiobooks because he doesn't really read. So I was like, I'm gonna get those 15 hours for free. First off, I don't rate memoirs or any autobiography, like that sort of thing, just because I don't want to rate someone else's life and like what happened in their lives. That seems a little weird. So I don't rate them, but I will tell you my feelings on it. I thought it was so insightful into Allison Stoner's life as a child actress. It was, oh my gosh, it blew my mind of like all the things that she went through. The fact that she has become the woman that she is today, so empathetic, passionate, ambitious, intelligent, like all of those things. I felt so connected with her while reading the book. Well, you know, listening to her audiobook. She also narrates it herself, which is phenomenal. I love that. She's such a great voice actress because obviously she did like Phineas and Ferb 2 and a bunch of other productions, but I really enjoyed her audiobook. I highly recommend it. I also felt that it was very relatable because I watched some of her TV shows growing up. And same thing with Jeanette McCarthy. Her memoir, I'm Glad My Mother Died, so good. I think that is still my favorite memoir, but this one is like very close to being tied for first place because it was that good. Highly recommend it if you're curious about her life and upbringing and what made her the person she is today. Last but not least, this book I actually finished yesterday. I didn't talk to you guys about it at the end of it just because it was very late at night that I finished and I was still like processing what happened. Oh my gosh, this book was so good. I gave it 5 stars, which is unsurprising because I feel like this book is a cult favorite. Everyone loves this, everyone raves about it. I expected nothing less, but going into it, I really had no idea what this book was going to be about. And I do recommend going into it blind like I did because I feel like if I knew the premise, it might have like spoiled things. I don't know, maybe not, who knows. I'm so glad that I read it when I did because I just feel like it brought me into a very nostalgic, sentimental place in my mind. The writing was absolutely stunning. I thought, what's her name? Adrienne Young. She did a phenomenal job of describing the setting. It was just so atmospheric. I loved so many of the characters and I'm so glad that it ended the way that it did. I was very happy with how it concluded and everything kind of tied together. It was just like a big puzzle that you finally see the whole picture and it feels so satisfying. Those are all the books that I read in October. Now let's go ahead and talk about the books that are on my November TBR. I'm not gonna make any promises right now if I'm going to get through all of these books in November, just because I know November is also kind of a crazy month, especially with Thanksgiving and the holidays coming up, but I'm going to try my best, okay? The first book that I am actually currently getting myself into is Rouge by, what's her name? Mona Awad, and I am very, very excited for this because right now it is the day before Halloween and this book is very spooky and like creepy. It's about a cult, I think. Perfect timing to read a book like this because even the first chapter, very creepy. Not even in the first chapter, like straight up in the prologue, it has like some creepy descriptions of dolls. I think it'll be relatively a quick read, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to knock this one out at the beginning of November so that I can get into all of these cozy fall romantic books. After Rouge by Mona Awad, I'm gonna pick up one of these. The first one is a book that I actually was meaning to read in October, but I didn't get to it. It's called Well Actually by Maisie Eddings. And I mean, just look at this cover. Isn't she just amazing? And I got this book from an Owl Crate special edition subscription box. It has sprayed edges and beautiful dust jacket and everything. So this is definitely gonna get me more deeper into snuggly, cozy weather. And then after that, I think I am going to dig into another fall read, which is, it's called If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. I grabbed this so fast. I actually asked my Barnes & Noble person to see if they had this one in stock because I couldn't find it anywhere. I just assumed that it was sold out, but they had it in stock in the back room. So she grabbed one for me and I'm so excited to get into this. This sounds so like Gilmore Girls. I just want to live this life. It's small town Vermont and I heard amazing things about the fall foliage in Vermont. So I bet the setting and atmosphere in this is going to be impeccable. Last but not least, the third book that I have on my November TBR. I don't think it'll surprise you if you've been watching my bookish content for a while. I'm one of those. I love the Powerless series. It's one of the fantasy books that kind of like made me obsessed with the characters and just like, I don't know, I loved it. I feel like I read this at a period of my life where I was like getting back into reading fantasy as an adult and I really, really enjoyed it. So I decided to grab the last novella book in the Powerless series. It's by Lauren Roberts and this is basically like the last book that is going to be in the franchise of Powerless. I read every single one of them except for this one. So this one is very short and sweet. So I bet I could probably knock this out in a day. This is also something that I really want to finish in November because I don't know, fantasies in the fall, it's just perfection. Those are the books on my November TBR. Let me know if you've read any of these. I would love to know your thoughts, especially Fearful. Like, is this good? Like, I need to know because I feel like I really, really loved the other novella. It's the one that's called Powerful. Oh my God, so good. Hallelujah. Oh my goodness. I had the longest work day there to ever exist. Just kidding. I know I'm being dramatic, but oh my gosh, am I glad that the day is over. I have been talking nonstop at my 9-to-5 job today, so I apologize if my brain is very scattered and just worn out. Thankfully, I just have two books that I wanted to share with you as part of this book haul. These are books that I got from my Owl Crate special edition subscription boxes. I am so excited for these because I did do my homework this time. I read the cover, so I know what the book is actually about, so I can like talk about it with you guys because I feel like in the previous videos, I've just been like, yeah, I know nothing about this book, but I got it in the box, so I will be reading it at some point. Today, it's going to be different. I know what I'm getting myself into. These two books are going to be absolute perfection for fall and winter because they are both fantasy. The one that I'm most excited for out of the two is The Deathless One by Emma Hamm. This is what the cover looks like. She is absolutely gorgeous. This is the spine, the back, and the sprayed edges. Isn't she just so pretty? Oh my goodness. They always have all the artwork on the inside and on the dust jacket and everything. I'll show you the naked book. Oh my gosh. Look at the foil in red. Oh, I'm dead. That's funny. On the back it says, I am not dead. And soon what does it say? Entire city will know it. On the front it says all the gods are dead. And I am very, very excited for this one. Wait, before we go into the plot, let's look at the cover, the dust jacket here. This is the artwork. I am immediately fascinated by this book because it's about a princess who gets murdered on her wedding day by her husband, soon-to-be husband, TBD, because he is an asshole and wants to seize her throne, so he kills her. The FMC, her name is Jessamine, that sounds right. Jessamine meets the god of death called the Deathless One, hence the name of the book, and she makes a deal with death. They do a little bargain, so she helps him, he helps her not die. So she is now alive and trying to, I guess, exact revenge. Did I say avenge? Revenge. As I said, I'm very intrigued and want to read this ASAP. It sounds really, really good. The next book is called What Fury Brings by Trisha Levenseller. And this is an absolutely gorgeous book as well. Owl Crate just does it so well. This is what the spine looks like. the back and sprayed edges. Beautiful as always. Oh, the naked hardback is stunning on this one. Wow. It says, I chose you, Prince, to be mine. And this is what the front looks like. Isn't she so gorgeous? Oh my goodness. This book, like, for real, the cover is so pretty. This is what the dust jacket looks like on the inside. And in terms of the plot, this one also sounds fascinating. This is set in a matriarch. Matriarchy, is that the correct way of saying it? But anyway, women are the ones in power in this storyline, which, sign me up. There's a rebellion and all the men are actually dead. That's not funny. I'm so sorry. That's not funny. The women in this kingdom, including the FMC here, needs to kidnap men from different kingdoms if they want a husband. Sounds intriguing, right? Olara, I think that's her name. She is a warrior princess trying to get the throne. So she needs to kidnap a husband so that she like places herself in a higher like tier of power, I guess. So that is what the story is about. I'm curious to find out if I like these. So once I try them, obviously you will hear it in a reading recap. That concludes our very mini book haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This was very fun, even though I feel like I've been filming this video forever. I think it literally spanned a week, which is kind of crazy to me because I can usually knock out a video within like maybe 1 to 3 days. I feel like I kind of need new inspiration or to kick off more of my daily slice of life, 9 to 5, I don't know, something along those lines I would love to get back into because I miss filming those videos. Previously, I feel like I've been focused more on travel-related vlogs, which I love, don't get me wrong, but I am craving vlogs that provoke normalcy. I don't know what it is, but maybe I'm just kind of in this seasonal mood where I can tell that I'm getting a little slumpy just in life. It's okay, we'll get back on track and keep the momentum going. But like I said, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. Cheers to more soft and balanced days ahead, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.